Good morning. We're going to watch my old bedtime stories videos. Let's get started. This first video is called 3 Insects. I already have an idea about what's going to happen. Let's find out.
Welcome to Bedtime Stories with Stephan.
So back then, I used the name Stephen instead of Stephan. I think eventually I switched my pronunciation just because it made more sense with my name, especially in Japan with the way it's spelt with katakana. My name is spelled German, so I decided to go with the German pronunciation.
We're going to call this story The 3 Insects. Rightly named because it is about the insects that I have experienced in my apartment. The story begins with my very first night in my apartment. That's right, when my boss dropped me off at my apartment and we were looking around. And I saw a spider. Yes, a spider. Now, I didn't want to cause any alarms to him, so I slowly made my way over there and then smushed it. But when I went to go try to smush it, that's when something really interesting happened. It jumped.
Yeah, I come from Florida where, sometimes you might have a spider that's fast, but for the most part, they just move on the ground or on the wall. They're not that hard to kill or get rid of. So, this made me jump. And my first apartment was in a Leo Palace, if you're wondering.
That's right. Try to picture smushing a spider, but then it jumps away from you. I about lose my mind. Peed my pants. Regardless, they're called Japanese jumping spiders. And they're about maybe this big to this big. And they can jump. And what they do is they attach a piece of their web to whatever they're on. So when they jump, if they miss, they can then bungee or whatever it's called, rappel. So yeah, I've had about 6 of those in my apartment so far. And the culprit is the back outside where you can hang clothes, my little patio area. There's no real ceiling. It closes, but you can see that insects could easily get through the gaps to get around the door. Now, that's the first one. The second one are mosquitoes.
Yeah, there's depending on the type of building you're in, the seals for the windows and stuff aren't that great. So even right now I can feel a little cold breeze coming in from the window, even though it's supposedly shut. So yeah, that kind of lets bugs get in real easily. All right, number 2, mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes. There is a light right outside my door that attracts all the bugs. So anytime I'm trying to get in or out at night, they make their way in. Same thing with the back door area. If I'm having to do laundry, getting laundry in and out of there. If there's light in my room at all, once the door open, the bugs are like, ah. It's like I've opened Heaven's Gate or something, and all the insects want to just come flying into my room. It's so annoying.
Yeah, eventually I stopped doing laundry outside. I just did all inside because of this issue. And the funny thing is the second place I moved to actually had a light in front of the building as well, except it was the 3rd story or something like that. It was much higher, so there weren't actually I didn't have any bugs problems or anything there. If you're wondering what's wrong with my voice, it's what happens when you first start teaching kids. You're using your voice a lot, very loudly, and you lose your voice.
And lastly, was a Sunday. I came home from church and I was greeted at the front door, inside just past where my shoe area is, with a large cockroach. Like, it was huge.
I remember that.
And then I spent the next 10 minutes chasing it. Went into my bathroom. It kept going ring around the rosy around my toilet as I kept trying to smush it. Then finally it came out of the bathroom, and I had a dead staring contest. I'm like, you are not gonna try to go into my bedroom. And it was like, I'm gonna try to go in the bedroom. And as soon as that happened, I was like, I have no more options left. I'm just gonna kick it. And I reached out with my arm and pushed open the front door, and then I was like, ah! And I did the biggest kick possible and just launched it out of my apartment. It was very satisfying.
I remember that, like, I kind of stretched over the cockroach, pushed the door open, held it open, and then kicked it out. Funny thing is, my new apartment I went to, a similar situation happened, and I did the exact same thing. So I learned that skill.
Satisfying feeling. But that's it. Those are my 3 and 6 stories.
All right, then. All right, so we're going to actually go into a second one. And this video is entitled, So You Had a Bad Day. Let's have a look.
Welcome to Bedtime Stories with Stephan. So this past weekend was the best weekend of my entire life, for sure. Leading to today, which is probably one of my least... Okay, it was just a really bad day. So let us begin. First, going to work, heading towards the station, I tripped going up the stairs. Then I tripped going down the stairs. And then when I was at work, I realized I forgot my work notebook at home. Also, upon arrival, I realized that 2 of my coworkers aren't there that they're supposed to be, making my 8 hours, I work 100%. And I lose half my lunchtime. Boss puts another stipulation on me of something that I can't do when I know everybody at every other school does it. Why? Had to work over...
I remember that. So, like, the company I worked at, of course, it was kind of like a chained English school. And so, like, some schools kind of... The idea was that every school was the same, but of course some had their own like individual rules that you can't do. And so I remember being at a couple different schools already of, you know, what other schools are doing, and then I wanted to do that at this school, and then the school was like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, staff not being there, taking short lunch, that is a sign of things to come when working at these type of English schools. So looking back now, it's funny hearing me complain about it. It's just like, you'll be fine.
overtime, not getting paid for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't get paid overtime, like, ever.
Done some more stairs. Again. Then on my way home, getting on the train, I see an open seat. And I'm like, yes! So I make my way over to the seat, and as I go to sit down, I hit my head on the dangly arm holding
Handrails.
thing.
Handrails?
As I smack myself in the face, I get off balance. And then the train starts moving at the exact same time. So I feel drunk, and all of a sudden I'm like, why am I moving? So this causes me to then fall on like 3 other people, including this one guy I was about to sit next to. So now I'm apologizing profusely because I feel like a drunk idiot.
I remember that too. Basically, because of my height, I'm like 6'1", and the handrails for the trains are like perfect for like my forehead and whatnot. So yeah, I've hit my heads there multiple times.
Then, while transferring trains, I ran into two people. And then
I don't think I ran into them. I think they ran into me. Like, when it comes to transferring trains, Japanese people are ruthless. They're like freaking football players running to the touchdown. They do not stop. They do not care if you're in their way.
and I tripped downstairs again, going back home. And then I realized I forgot to do laundry, so I didn't have a towel to take a shower.
Oh, man.
And
This is because at this time, I was still new to the apartment. I didn't have more than one towel. I only had one bath towel.
lastly, I just found out today that I'm starting at my new school next week, which means longer commute time. Yeah!
Because I was supposed to be placed in a school in Tokyo, and then they placed me in Fujisawa, which is complete opposite. Like the farthest, almost farthest point away from Tokyo you could be in Kanagawa.
No.
I feel you, man. I feel you. That's a rough one. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching those videos back with me. I got at least like 8 more of these that I want to do, and then I have more stories I want to tell, so more bedtime stories will be coming out, definitely. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to watch more videos, I have 3 playlists. One playlist is about gaming. Check that out. Second playlist is about love and dating in Japan, called Doko My Love. Third playlist is about living in Japan. So anything that has to do with living in Japan, working, moving, life. 2 of those playlists will pop up at the end of this video, about here, and here. And click my face in the middle if you want to subscribe. And after all of this, you'll see my Chicken Monkey TV slide, which shows my streaming. I stream games every day, so come follow me on Twitch, Mixer, or YouTube and watch some games or play some games with me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.